Now I'm going to show you how to do a double fold hand stitch. So I'm going to get my seam gauge. I'm going to measure 1 inch, which is about here. I'm going to turn it over, and then I'm going to double it again. This time when I double it, I'm going to put a pin in the middle, and then I'm going to put a pin on each side. Maybe I'm going to put a couple of pins on each side to keep our fabric in place. So let's put a couple of pins on this side. Okay, now I'm going to turn it around, because now I've got it pinned up with a double fold. You've got 1 inch on the outside, 1 inch on the inside, and it's going to be a double fold. So I'm going to show you how to do a hand stitch. Okay, I've got my needle threaded, and it's single thread, so one thread's longer than the other, so you can see that. And the longer thread, I've already put a knot into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go underneath, and I'm going to go just in the fold area only, and pull the thread through, and my knot will stop it. And I'm going to grab just the thread on the other side, and I'm going to overlap and hook on that side. I'm going to let you see that again. Bring that back around. Okay. What I did is I grabbed a small amount of thread on the actual fabric. See how we do that? Small amount of thread, and I'm overlapping and coming back up. Take the pin out. And as you see, you have this crisscross motion going on. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of the thread again, cross over, and pull it through. Now let me give you a close-up of how I do that. We're going to go all the way across so that you can see how we actually hem this so that it becomes a blind stitch. Here's a close-up of the blind stitch. We're going to grab a little bit of the fabric, and then we're going to grab the folds, and we're going to pull it through. Going to grab a little bit of the fabric, a little bit of the fold, pull it through, a little bit of the fabric, a little bit of the fold, remove the pin, and pull it through. This stitch should be totally invisible on the other side. So I'm going to finish this all the way out, and then we'll look at the other side. As you can see, I finished all my stitching for my blind stitch. And you see I've gone all the way across from one end to the other. And I use white thread on purpose because I want you to be able to see that it doesn't matter what thread color you use. If you do a correct blind stitch, when you flip it over, you won't see that color. So let's flip it over and see what my blind stitch looks like. Now I flipped it over, and as you can see, I've done the hem, but you don't see any stitches here at all. Let me show you that they're still there. So when I flip it over, you can see that the stitches are in place. As you can see, they're in place. They've attached. But when you flip it over, you don't see that. That's what you call a correct blind hem stitch.